Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Matt McGachy, the vocalist of Cryptopsy and the host of the Vox and Hops Metal Podcast, where I sit down with fellow metal musicians, talk all about their lives and music while sharing killer craft beers. If you've ever wanted to sneak backstage and share a beer with one of your favorite musicians, well, Vox and Hops is the podcast for you. This week on the podcast, I dropped an amazing episode with Mike Barino from Audio-Technica Canada. There's this episode and over 430 other ones to help you enjoy life, metal, and craft beer. So what are you waiting for? It's time to become a Vox and Hops head. Cheers!
Defeat DeMakes. Do you think you have what it takes? Music trivia, useless knowledge, shit you never learned in college. Defeat DeMakes. Do you think you have what it takes?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of your favorite music trivia podcast game show, Defeat DeMakes. I'm Chris Fafalius, and I'm here to ask questions, award points, and be an all-around incredible host. Whether you're relaxing in the tub or working like a dog, I hope you enjoy playing along at home. And if you'd like to play for real, you can sign up for our supporting cast at chrisdemakes.com, where we do regular casting calls for contestants via email. I send out the occasional email looking for contestants, and I pull the contestants' names from a hat. Today, I'd be pulling the name from my Jacksonville Jaguars hat. I'm still breaking this hat in, but it's a nice one. Anyway, first off, let's say hello to the guy who the show is named after. He's the host of Chris DeMakes a Podcast. He's the guitarist and vocalist of Less Than Jake, and he's a friend to all. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Chris DeMakes. Yeah! Chris, you really stepped it up last episode. You're back on track with a record of 2-1. So how you feeling about tonight?
I got to be honest. I'm feeling okay. This is not a time to get cocky. I'm still reeling from that loss. I'm having a hard time getting over it, but I feel good.
You got to get the momentum back, I think. But you have a big challenger tonight. He's a Chicago guy looking to make Chris cry. Everyone, please give it up for Ryan Swinford!
Thank you.
Ryan, will you tell us a little bit about yourself? What do you do? What do you enjoy? And what is your area of musical expertise?
All right. Well, I'm Ryan from Chicago. I am actually a business analyst who, much like I think week 2, had the same job as me based on the description. So I work with artificial intelligence. What do? I go to shows whenever I can, even in this current strange world that we live in, and there's still shows. Chris come to Chicago soon. And my area of expertise is 80s hard rock and metal, because I grew up in the 80s, and much like Chris, a lot of the bands he has on were bands I listened to. Nice.
So, Chris, you might have a real competitor on your hands today.
I'm not happy about that, Ryan. I got to be honest.
All right. Good.
It's a cage match.
That's right. Okay, so I know that you guys already know how the game works, but I'm going to go over the rules real quick for anyone at home who's tuning in for the first time. In each of the first 2 rounds, you'll choose between 2 categories, and each round consists of 3 questions for each contestant. And the scoring works like this. If you can answer the question without the multiple choice, you'll get 2 points. And if you can answer the question with the multiple choice, you'll get 1 point. And as you know, you'll each get 1 DeMakes to use throughout the course of the entire show. You can use your DeMakes to demake the other person answer the question. If they get it wrong, you'll get the full points for the question. If they get it right, they'll get the full points for the question. But keep in mind, the person who is being demaked will always get the multiple choice. That's the risk you're running there. But regardless, it still counts for full points, even though they get the multiple choice. So use your DeMakes wisely and strategically. And we have a new little change tonight. Tonight, we introduce the steal. If your opponent misses a question, you'll have the option to steal the points. If you opt to try to steal and miss, however, your opponent will get the points. So be careful. Guys, got it?
Got it. It's almost like a baseball game, the steal. I like this, Chris. I like the new angle here.
Right. So, you'll get a lot of chances. Tonight. This should be a high-scoring affair. So you guys ready?
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, on to the show. And Ryan, you're our guest, so we're going to start with you. Your category choices are 2000s punk or One Hit Thunder?
Oh, geez. I really want to go with 2000s punk, but I'm going to go with One Hit Thunder.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan enjoyed doing their signature head tilt dance to the song What Is Love by what artist?
Can I sing it while we wait? What is love? Don't hurt me. I don't know who it is, though.
Neither do I, which is multiple choice would be fantastic.
Okay. Your choices are A, La Bouche, B, Hadaway, C, London Beat, or D, White Town.
Was the first one LaDouche?
We'll go with A.
What did you go with, Ryan?
I went with A, which I believe was La Douche.
He went with A, which was actually La Bouche. Sorry, Ryan. That is not correct. So, Chris, you do have a 1 in 3 chance. Are you going to attempt to steal?
You know, Chris, I if I were to go with one, it would be B. Is it Hadaway? But I just don't know. I'm not going to steal.
Okay, well, Chris, maybe you should have because, yes, it is Hadaway.
Well, yeah,
Oh, no.
The other two just sounded too, I don't know, contrived or something. So, yep, you win some, you lose some.
All right, moving on to you, Chris. Your category choices are 80s pop or the 90s.
Gonna go with 80s pop.
This 80s new wave band had a hit with There's Always Something There to Remind Me, a cover of a song written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David in 1963.
There's always something there to remind me. Why am I blanking on this band's name? As soon as you say it, I'm going to know. I don't want to have to go for the multiple choice, though. Multiple choice.
Your choices are A, Simple Minds, B, OMD, C, Naked Eyes, or D, Glass Tiger.
D, Glass Tiger.
Sorry, Chris, that's not right.
Is it Simple Minds?
Well, Ryan, are you going to attempt
Oh,
to
I'm
steal?
stealing this.
What is your answer?
Naked Eyes.
You got it.
It is Naked Eyes.
Simple Minds would be Don't You Forget About Me.
Good one, Ryan. Good one.
Ryan steals the points to take a 1-0 lead, and it's his turn. Ryan, your category choices are 80s metal or legendary artists.
80s metal.
Uh-oh.
Before he joined Metallica, Cliff Burton was in a band called Easy Street with 2 future members of what band?
That's tough. I have a couple ideas because of location. Can you give me the multiple choice?
Your choices are A, Megadeth, B, Faith No More, C, Red Hot Chili Peppers, or D, Testament.
B, Faith No More.
You got it.
Good one. I never heard of that band name. I knew he played in a band called Trauma. I never heard of Easy Street.
Me either. That's why I was kind of confused, and I was thinking it was Exodus, actually, but that was Kurt Ham.
You got it, though, man, and you got a 2-0 lead.
Uh-oh.
Chris, you're up. Your choices are 90s punk or 70s hard rock.
Let's go for 70s hard rock.
Cheap Trick's name for their band was inspired by their attendance of this band's concert, in which the lead singer commented that the band used every cheap trick in the book as part of their act.
Yeah, I have heard this before, and I can't recall. I'm going to have to go multiple choice.
Your choices are A, Thin Lizzy, B, Deep Purple, C, Aerosmith, or D, Slade.
Wow. The only thing I could think of would be Aerosmith. They'd be the one, and Aerosmith preceded Cheap Trick by a couple of years. I think Aerosmith's first record came out in 73, and Cheap Trick was maybe 76. I'm going to go Aerosmith. That's the only thing I could think of.
Sorry, Chris, that's not right. Ryan, would you like to attempt to steal?
As embarrassed as I am from a guy from Chicago, we're talking about the Pride of Rockford. I'm still not touching this one.
Well, the answer was actually Slade. Chris is not on the board yet, but Ryan maintains a 2-0 lead. Ryan, your category choices are the 60s or the 70s.
60s.
This artist was tripping so hard on acid at Woodstock that he actually thought his guitar neck was a snake.
Carlos Santana.
You got it.
Wow.
Santana said, the neck of the guitar started wavering like a snake, and I was like, uh-oh. I just started making faces because I was trying to keep it tame, you know? Wow, Ryan is off to a hot start, man. He takes a 4-0 lead with one question left for Chris in this round.
All right.
Chris, your category choices are 90s metal or legendary artists.
Legendary artists.
In 1987, who became the first woman to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
1987, that would mean that it would have been 1972 because you had to have 25 years of eligibility. Did I do the math right there? Wait a second. No.
No, you did not.
It would have been, it would have been 62, right? 62. 62, the first woman. I want to say Aretha Franklin, but I'm going to have to go multiple choice.
Your choices are A, Tina Turner, B, Aretha Franklin, C, Linda Ronstadt, or D, Janis Joplin.
Yeah, Joplin wasn't around in 62. If Ronstadt was, she was doing backing vocals on other people's records. Tina Turner was also a first thought, but I don't think her and Ike started till later in the 60s. I know Aretha was early 60s. I got to go with that. If I'm wrong, that's my best foot forward.
You got it.
All right.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, take F-T-C-T.
You didn't even need that multiple choice. You should have just said it.
You know, I'm gun shy. The second week, I said the first that came to my mind, and I haven't recovered, Chris.
So that is the end of round one. Ryan leads by a score of 4-1, but after a few words from our sponsors, we'll be back with round two, where the point values are doubled, so it's anybody's game.
The number you have reached is 100.7 WMMS.
It wasn't just a radio station, it was a lifestyle.
Cleveland is a rock and roll city for sure.
Get down! The Wrath of the Buzzard. WMMS. Cleveland.
The rise and fall of one of the most iconic radio stations in America. Profiles, The Wrath of the Buzzard. PROH Files. Subscribe now wherever you get podcasts.
And we're back. Ryan has a 4-1 lead, but it's the double point value round. And Chris, we're going to have to start with you since you are currently trailing. Your category choices are 90s hip hop or 90s alternative song lyrics.
I'm not going to do well with 90s hip hop. I just know. Although that's probably the answer I'd get right. I got to go with 90s alternative lyrics.
In Alanis Morissette's Ironic, she sings, "An old man turned 98. He won the lottery and died the next day. It's a black fly in your blank. It's a death row pardon 2 minutes too late."
No idea at all. Wasn't an Alanis fan.
Your choices are, and remember, it's a black fly in your blank. It's a death row pardon 2 minutes too late.
Okay.
A, Black Suitcase. B, Chardonnay. C, Champagne. Or D, Coffee Mate.
No idea. A.
It is not Black Suitcase. Ryan, would you like to try to steal this one?
Absolutely not.
Wow. Okay.
An old man turned 98. He won the lottery and died the next day. It's a black fly in your Chardonnay. It's a death row pardon 2 minutes too late. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain.
I know the song. I swear I've never heard that in my life.
And I'm embarrassed enough to say I had the CD. So
So the score remains the same. Ryan with the 4-1 lead. And we're going to you, Ryan. Your category choices are band beef or pop music of today.
I'll go with band beef.
This frontman believed he was being mocked and ripped off by Mike Patton in Faith No More's 1990 music video for Epic.
I can picture the video. I can picture the fish flopping at the end of the video. I'll have to go multiple choice.
Your choices are A, Bret Michaels, B, Anthony Kiedis, C, Steven Tyler, or D, David Lee Roth.
I'll go with B, Anthony Kiedis.
You got it.
Yep. I knew it. Ah! Dang you, Ryan. You're too good.
So Ryan takes a 6-1 lead. And Chris, we're back to you.
Alrighty.
You need to step it up a little bit, man. Your category choices are One Hit Thunder or the 90s.
Pick it for me, Ryan.
Oh, do the 90s. Go for it.
The lead singer of this band sang backing vocals on Guns N' Roses' Don't Cry.
That would be Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon.
You got it. A 4-pointer, and he's back in the game just like that.
Back in the saddle.
That's what I get for giving you that one.
Because I wouldn't have picked the 90s. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan.
Ryan, you still maintain a slim 6-5 lead, and we're back to you.
All right.
Your choices are 80s metal or 90s punk.
80s metal.
This Los Angeles-based band released their debut studio album, Breaking the Chains, in 1981 on the French label Carrere Records, which was remixed, partially re-recorded, and re-released in 1983 by Elektra Records.
That would be Dokken.
Wow, he got it.
We just hit him up.
Yeah, we did. They gave us the cold shoulder, too.
Oh, that sucks.
So that's 4 points for Ryan, and he takes a 10-5 lead. And you guys have one question left each.
All right.
Chris, your category choices are 90s punk or the 70s.
Let's go 90s punk.
No Use for a Name released the album Leche con Carne in 1995. What does leche con carne mean in Spanish?
Give me a second. I know what it means. I think it's milk with meat, but I'm going to have to go with multiple choice.
Your choices are A, corn with meat, B, lucky with love, C, handle with care, or D, milk with meat.
Got it. D.
You got it.
Should have just said it.
So you got 2 points, so you have 7. And Ryan has a chance to extend his lead.
All right.
He currently leads 10-7. Ryan, your category choices are the 70s or social media.
70s.
Thank You for Being a Friend is well known as the theme song for the Golden Girls. The original version of the song from 1978, however, was a minor hit that peaked at number 25 for this artist.
Jesus Christ. We'll go multiple choice because I got nothing.
Your choices are A, Art Garfunkel, B, Andrew Gold, C, Jim Croce, or D, Jackson Brown.
What year was it?
1978.
Jackson Brown.
That is not correct. Chris, you have a chance to steal should you choose.
Okay, Croce died in 72. I know that. So Croce and Jackson Brown are out, and I was wrestling with Jackson Brown. What was the first one again? A?
A was Art Garfunkel. B, Andrew Gold.
B, Andrew Gold.
You got it.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down a road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, well, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
So, we go to the final round with Ryan holding a slim 10-9 lead.
Uh-oh.
This is a serious game right now. And I will tell you guys that the final question category is 40 million. That is your last category. And Chris, you're going to get to go first since you're trailing. You currently have 9 points. How many of those points would you like to wager on the final round?
So I'm on my own show, and I'm still, because this round has happened a couple different ways. So if I bet 4 now and I get it, and I'm 13-10, then he still has a chance to. So
yes, even
if I bet all my points, it doesn't matter. I need to bet them all. Either really, I only have to bet 2 because if he wins, he wins. So again, I'm not good at math. I'm throwing all 9 out there.
Okay, he's throwing all 9 out there. Here we go. Only 10 albums ever have sold over 40 million copies. Which one of these artists is not on the list to have sold over 40 million?
Of one record?
Yes.
Okay.
Which one of these artists does not have a record on that list?
Okay.
A, the Eagles. B, Fleetwood Mac. C, Queen. Or D, Shania Twain.
I have absolutely no idea. If I were to guess out of those, it would probably be the Eagles, but Hotel California was massive. Fleetwood Mac was massive. It could be Queen, which they had huge albums, but what was the last one again? Sorry, Chris?
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain was just huge. And this is one record. So like Rumors from Fleetwood Mac sold 40 million copies? Really? I thought like Diamond certification was 10 million. So 40 million. It's either Queen or the Eagles, I'm thinking. And I have absolutely no idea. I don't know. I'm going Queen.
You got it.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was big time, man. And I'll tell you, I'm glad you didn't pick the Eagles because the Eagles are the one artist that are on there twice.
Wow. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Who
it's
knew?
so funny because Queen was so massive. I was like, it can't be Queen. I'm like, no, that's the one. Yeah, it was kind of sticking out to me there. So, okay.
All right, so Chris takes the lead, but Ryan, the ball is in your court. You currently have 10 points. Chris now has 18, so you have to wager at least 8 to tie. I don't think you're going for the tie.
No, we are not going for a tie. That is simply not in my. We're going all 10 because I want to win and I want to bury them.
Okay, right.
Thanks a lot, man. Jeez.
All right, so Ryan, your question is exactly the same. Only 10 albums ever have sold over 40 million copies. Which one of these artists is not on the list to have sold over 40 million?
Oh, man.
A, AC/DC, B, Meatloaf, C, Pink Floyd, or D, The Beatles?
Oh, man.
Oh, that's rough. Well, you got to figure The Wall had to sell 40 million at some point because every stoner and the brother had that record, myself included. Beatles, White Album, I would think at that point probably did. Back in Black. Oh, it sold a lot and it was played at every college party I ever went to. Bad Out of Hell was huge too. I'm going to go AC/DC.
I think you got it.
Sorry, you did not
You
get
didn't
it.
get it. That was what I was going to go for. What?
Oh,
This was really hard because the answer was actually The Beatles.
What?
really?
I mean, they sold more out.
Wow.
They sold their combined album sales are ridiculous, but no single album sold over 40 million copies. So, yeah.
Wow. I got to hand it to you, Ryan. I was with you on that one. I was with you.
Chris, you gave him some false confidence there too.
I did.
I could have never in a million years thought the Beatles never sold 40 million of anything. I mean, they were the biggest band ever.
I know.
And the Eagles were on there twice, both Hotel California and their greatest hits album.
Ryan, I got to hand it
list.
to you, buddy. You were some stiff competition. I didn't have a good feeling going to the last round, my friend. I did not.
I had to run it. I'm glad if I'm going to get beat, I'm glad I got beat by you. So,
Oh, man. And I got to hand it to our host. Let's hear it for Chris, man. These questions are not easy. Thank you for doing your job.
No, I think the questions the other a couple of weeks were much easier because I would have done so much better.
There is no gimmies, no handouts here on Defeat DeMakes. If you want to defeat DeMakes, you got to earn it. Even if you're DeMakes, you still got to earn it. And Ryan, thank you so much for coming on, man. Really appreciate you coming on and competing. Chris, congratulations. You moved to a record of 3-1. You are really earning that title of the game show. You know?
I appreciate that. And Ryan, thanks for being part of our supporting cast and listening to the podcast and supporting my career and supporting Chris. And thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you guys for having me.
Well, that concludes another episode of Defeat DeMakes. If you'd like to be eligible to be a contestant on Defeat DeMakes, go sign up for our supporting cast at chrisdemakes.com. Every month, we send out a casting call for a challenger so you could get your shot to show the world what you know. On top of that, you'll get weekly episodes of the After Party podcast, an entire back catalog of After Party episodes, discounts on merch, invites to Zoom parties, and most importantly, you'll be supporting the podcast that you love. We'll see you next time for another episode of Defeat DeMakes.
The number you have reached is 100.7 WMMS.
It wasn't just a radio station, it was a lifestyle.
Cleveland is a rock and roll city for sure.
Yeah! Yeah!
buzzer. WMMS. Cleveland.
The rise and fall of one of the most iconic radio stations in America. Profiles, The Wrath of the Buzzard. PROH Files. Subscribe now wherever you get podcasts.
Hello out there. Yes, hello out there, everyone. I'm Hal Schwartz.
And I'm Flynn McLean. Together we host None But the Brave, a podcast dedicated to the music and career of Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce and E Street Band are on tour right now for the first time in 6 years, and we're taking a detailed look at what's happening on stage in our bi-weekly episodes.
We've also been recently joined by some very exciting guests, including rock journalist Warren Zanes and Stephen Hayden, Backstreet's Magazine founder Charles Cross, and Barstool's Kirk Minahan.
If you're a diehard Springsteen fan, this is the show for you.
So please subscribe to None But the Brave on your favorite podcasting platform, and we hope to see you further on up the road.
Thank you so much. We'll be seeing you.